You felt it in the quiet, that ripple in your chest when his name crosses your mind like a breeze through wind chimes. You wonder why it still affects you. Why his silence feels louder than ever. The angels whisper, it's because the connection isn't finished. It never was. This isn't just about timing. It's about purpose. Soul agreement. Something you both chose long before your eyes met. And now, the threads of that promise are tightening, pulling him toward a truth he can no longer escape. The angels say, he was never meant to just pass by. You were placed in his path like a light left on in a hallway he thought was long forgotten. He's been trying to embody a version of himself that the world applauds, stable, careful, rational. But near you, that version quakes. Because your light isn't gentle. It's revealing. And he is starting to see everything. This isn't a story of coincidence. It's a story of collision. Of two energies meant to stir what was buried. You were sent not just to love him, but to awaken him. And even if he can't voice it, he feels it in the deepest marrow of his soul. You didn't ask for this role, but heaven trusted you with it. Because your heart doesn't just feel, it heals. And that's exactly what he needs. The angels leave you this seal. Before I formed you in the womb I knew you, and before you were born I set you apart. Jeremiah 1 verse 5. There is a place inside him that no one has accessed. A hidden corridor of memories, of fears cloaked in silence. The angels reveal, what keeps him distant isn't you, it's what he's still hiding from within himself. He learned long ago to protect his heart with quiet exits and incomplete answers. To make love seem complicated, so he could justify why he flees from it. But you saw past that. And that's what frightens him the most. You touched something sacred within him. Something that still remembers how it felt to be abandoned, overlooked, and unloved. And now your presence is inviting him to believe in love again. Not the fantasy, but the raw, trembling kind that breaks down walls. The angels say, his silence is a shield. Not a judgment. He is not avoiding you. He's avoiding what you awaken in him. This connection is deeper than he ever thought possible. And deeper often means scarier. He fears that loving you will require a version of himself he's unsure how to become just yet. But don't see the delay as rejection. View it as resistance, the kind that appears right before someone steps into transformation. In his eyes, you are both the risk and the rescue. And the angels? They are whispering truths to him in his sleep, unsealing the doors he locked so tightly. Soon, you'll start to notice the cracks in his armor. Not because he's broken, but because love is melting what fear once froze. The angels kneel beside your spirit tonight, and they whisper, your light is sacred, not meant to be dimmed while waiting for someone else's dawn. You've given from a place that's ancient. A well so deep, even you forget its bottom. But love doesn't ask you to run dry. And the kind of connection your soul deserves doesn't blossom through exhaustion. He is on a journey. But so are you. And while he unravels, you are invited, not to pause your growth, but to deepen it. To remember that being chosen is not the highest form of love. Choosing yourself is. The angels see your tenderness. They see how you held space for someone still learning how to receive it. They witnessed when your heart cracked in silence, and you still showed up with softness. But now, they ask you to return to your own altar, where your needs are not delayed, where your softness is not confused with self-sacrifice, where your joy is not optional. You were never meant to carry his pain as your own. You were sent to reflect a love he forgot existed. So breathe, dear soul. Let your mornings be for you. Let your prayers be for your own healing too. Let your mirror speak beauty before your mind speaks doubt. Because the truth is, when you care for yourself with reverence, you remind the universe, and him, how sacred you are. And the angels sing, your radiance is not a negotiation. There's a reason he both craves and resists you. You are not just a comfort, you are a mirror. And mirrors are not always kind, especially when they reflect what someone has spent years trying not to see. The angels say, your presence stirs his hidden self. Not the version he shows the world, but the boy inside the man, the one who still wonders if he's truly worthy of being loved without performing, without pretending, without disappearing. And you, with your raw honesty and unshakable truth, do something he's never felt before. You see him. Not the version he curates, but the essence beneath. The soul. The ache. The gold buried in shame. He doesn't know what to do with that. So sometimes he pulls away, not to punish you, but to pause the reflection. Because to love you would mean to love himself through your eyes. And he's not sure he's ready for that kind of mercy. But every time he looks at you, something breaks and something heals. The angels reveal. You show him the parts of himself still waiting for light. That's why he's drawn. That's why he's afraid. Because love this true doesn't just embrace, it confronts. You were sent not just to awaken him, but to invite him into wholeness. And in doing so, you've mirrored your own strength, your own beauty, your own becoming. The angels whisper, the light you see in him is your own, reflected back. It starts in the silence, the way his breath pauses when he thinks of you, the sudden stillness that overtakes him when your name floats through his mind like a prayer he never meant to say out loud. The angels are clear, he is awakening. Not through loud declarations, but through the quiet unraveling of what he thought he knew about love. You didn't arrive like thunder, you arrived like truth. And truth, even in whispers, shifts everything. Now, things that once made sense no longer comfort him. The roles he played, the masks he wore, they feel foreign in your presence. Because your love doesn't ask for performance. It invites presence. He notices the details now. Your stillness. Your strength. The way you remain open, even when the world shuts down. And it moves him, in ways he can't name yet. The angels reveal, his soul has recognized you before his mind could accept you. There are signs. Small ones. He looks for you in crowded places. He rereads messages. He remembers your laugh in the quietest rooms. The resistance is softening. The walls, thinning. This is the beginning of his return to feeling. The angels are gently lifting the veil. He is starting to remember that love is not about control, it's about coming undone together. And even if he says nothing, his soul has already said yes. For God, who said, "Let light shine out of darkness," made his light shine in our hearts. 2 Corinthians 4 verse 6. You felt it, the closeness that warms, then disappears like fog at sunrise. The angels say, it's not indifference. It's a soul trying to unlearn its own defenses. He returns, not because he's playing games, but because something in you feels like home. And home terrifies him more than the unknown ever did. There's a rhythm to his distance. A pattern shaped by old wounds. Love, for him, came with conditions. Affection was earned, not given. So now, when he feels something unconditional, he runs. Then aches. Then returns. The angels whisper, his heart is learning a new language. And your soul is the one teaching it. But healing is never a straight line. It ebbs and flows. It takes a step back before it can find a moment of rest. What you're witnessing is not failure, it's growth. Each time he returns, a little more of him stays behind. Don't doubt your worth in the void of his absence. That emptiness isn't about you, it's his past calling him back, trying to lure him into comfort zones he has outgrown. He's not fading away. He's being reshaped. By your light. By the divine. By the unexpected beauty of being truly seen. And even when he steps back, the angels reveal that he carries your energy like a compass, constantly guiding him back to where something real exists. Love does not chase. Love waits in stillness, where truth ultimately finds its way back. He doesn't always say it. But the way he breathes easier in your presence, that's the confession. The way he lingers just a bit longer when you speak, that's the prayer. The angels reveal, your love is not loud, but it heals. There's a softness in you that reaches places no one else dares to touch. You don't demand. You don't force. You simply hold space, and that, dear soul, is pure alchemy. He came to you wounded in ways he couldn't articulate, carrying a type of pain that doesn't bleed but weighs heavily. Yet, in your silence, something began to lift. It's not about what you did. It's about what you are. Love in human form. A soothing balm offered without conditions. The angels say, he may never find the words, but he knows the truth. You are the peace he believed he would never deserve. And that's why he keeps coming back, time and time again. Because even if he can't yet reflect the love you give, he feels its strength. It softens his anger. It calms his fears. It reminds him that perhaps, just perhaps, healing is attainable. You weren't sent to fix him. You were sent to embody love. And love, when it's genuine, teaches us how to breathe once more. So keep your heart open, not to be drained, but to remain the vessel through which light can continue to flow. Because sometimes, healing isn't loud. It's just you, being exactly who you are. There are no accidents in the language of heaven. The angels want you to know, every delay, every silence, every turn that didn't make sense, was choreography. Divine timing disguised as confusion. He is not lost. He is being guided. You were never meant to chase. Only to shine, like a lighthouse does, steady, still, unwavering. And in that light, something within him is finally beginning to trust. The angels reveal, he has been praying for answers. And you, your presence, your grace, are the response. Even in moments where nothing seems to be moving, trust this, everything is being arranged. Conversations he has with himself. Dreams he doesn't speak of. Signs only his soul understands. Heaven is communicating through it all. You feel the pause, the waiting, but heaven sees the path. Your love, your faith, your quiet belief, they're not unnoticed. They are part of the foundation of this transformation. And what you've planted in spirit will bloom, not when forced, but when ready. The angels ask, trust the unseen. Because the path you're walking was drawn long before time. And though the road bends and sometimes vanishes beneath your feet, know this, you are not walking alone. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. There's a place in him that trembles at the thought of being fully seen. Not because he doubts your love, but because he doubts his worth within it. The angels say, what you interpret as hesitation is sacred fear. The kind that dwells where deep emotion meets old wounds. He's not afraid of you. He's afraid of what you make him feel. You see, he's carried this armor for so long, it's become a part of him. A second skin. One that kept him safe, but also distant. And now, your presence is asking him to do the unthinkable, take it off. To risk. To reveal. To release. The angels reveal, every time you offer him kindness without condition, it chips away at his defenses. Every moment you create space without pressure teaches him a new kind of safety. He wants to let you in, more than he shows. But there's a storm inside him that's still learning how to calm down. And vulnerability, for someone who has only known control, feels like surrendering the last piece of protection. So he watches you. He measures the silence. He asks the sky for signs. Because his heart knows, but his mind is still negotiating. Be patient, dear soul. The angels are with him in the unseen, whispering that love is not weakness, but sacred courage. And with each breath, he moves a little closer to that truth. You were never meant to convince anyone to choose you. The angels speak gently now. What is yours will move toward you, even through silence. Even through time. He may not arrive the way your mind imagined. He may still walk through his shadows a little longer. But when love is written in heaven, not even doubt can erase it. The angels show me this. He is awakening to something unspoken, a knowing that has no words, only gravity. You live in him now. Not as an idea, but as an anchor. And anchors don't beg to be held. They simply hold. Your role was never to chase the story. It was to embody it. To be the kind of love that remains soft without shrinking. That hopes without demanding. That understands timing isn't rejection, it's preparation. The angels sing over you now, you have loved well. And whether or not he finds his way to your door, nothing was wasted. The energy you gave returned to the sky as prayer. The light you poured became seed. And in divine timing, harvest always comes. The chapter closes not in absence, but in surrender. Let your heart rest in this truth. Love doesn't need certainty to be complete. It only needs truth. And the truth is, you were enough all along. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11, He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart, yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end.